بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وأصلي وأسلم على نبينا Muhammad وعلى أهله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد. Tawassul, seeking a means of nearness to Allah, its types and its rulings, by Muhammad Nasruddin Al-Albani rahimahullah. Seeking a means of nearness to Allah, the Most High. Seeking a means of nearness to Allah, the Most High, by the supplication of righteous man. Yeah. If a Muslim falls into great difficulty or a great misfortune befalls him, and he knows that he has been very negligent with regard to Allah, with regard to Allah, the blessed and the Most High's rights upon him. So he wishes to use a strong means of drawing nearer to Allah. So he goes to a man whom he believes to be righteous and to be the one who fears Allah, or a person possessing excellence and knowledge of the book and the Sunnah, and he asks him to supplicate to his Lord for him that Allah should relieve his distress and remove what he had befallen him. This is a further type of prescribed tawassul, which is proven and guided into in the pure Sharia. Examples of it are found in the noble Sunnah, and examples of it are found in the practice of the noble companions. May Allah the Most High be pleased with them all. Anas bin Malik radiallahu anhu reports saying, the people were afflicted with a drought in the time of the Prophet ﷺ. So while the Prophet ﷺ was giving the khutbah upon the minbar, standing on the day of Jummah, a building stood and a narration entered from the people of the desert, through a door which faced the minbar, near to the house sold for the repayment of debt. And Allah's Messenger ﷺ was standing, so it stood facing Allah's Messenger ﷺ and said, O Messenger of Allah, the livestock are dying and the children are hungry. A narration destroyed. Another narration, the horses are dying and the sheep are dying. Another in a wording, the cattle are dying and the roads are cut off. So supplicate to Allah for us that He should give us rain, and another that He should give us a downpour. So he raised up his hand and supplicated until I saw the wetness of his armpit. O Allah, bless us with rain. O Allah, bless us with rain. And the people raised up their hands along with him, supplicating. I did not mention that he turned his cloak inside out, nor that he faced the Qibla. And by Allah, we could not see any clouds, nor any trace of clouds, nor anything. And there was no building or house between us and Sa. And narration Anas said, and the sky was clear of glass. I said, so I then saw a large cloud like a shield, and when it came to the middle of the sky, it spread and it rained. By him in whose hand is my soul, as soon as he had lowered his hands, clouds like mountains had gathered, and he did not descend from the minbar until I saw the rain dropping from his beard. In narration, suddenly the wind blew, gathering clouds which came together, and the rain poured down from the sky. And he came down from the minbar and prayed the prayer. So we went out and waded through the water until we reached our homes. A narration, and it was such that a person could hardly reach his home. So it continued to rain that day and the next and the next, and that which we followed until the following Juma, and it had not ceased. So the waterways of Al-Madinah were filled. And in narration, so by Allah we did not see the sun for a week. Then that Bedouin or someone else stood up. And in narration, then a man entered from that door in the next Juma. Allah's Messenger was standing giving khutbah, so he stood facing him. And he said, O Messenger of Allah, buildings are being destroyed, and in a narration, houses are collapsing, roads are cut off, and the cattle are dying. In a narration, the traveler cannot proceed, and the roads are blocked, and livestock are being drowned. Supplicate to Allah to withhold it for us. For the Prophet ﷺ smiled and raised his hand and said, O Allah, around us and not upon us. O Allah, upon the tops of mountains, hillocks and hills, and river beds and places where trees grow. So he did not point with his hand in any direction, except that the clouds cleared away, producing a clear circular hole in the narration. So I looked and saw the clouds separating around Al-Madinah, the right and the left, forming a sort of crown. Another saw the clouds cleared away from Al-Madinah just as clouds are removed, and it was now raining all around us, but not raining upon us at all. In a ration, not a drop. And we went out walking in the sunshine. So Allah showed them a miracle for His Prophet ﷺ, and his response to his supplication. The valley of Qanat was flooded for a month, and no one came from outside except that he told of abundant rain. Aywa. Anas bin Malik radiallahu anhu narrated from Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu that when the people have suffered from the drought, he used to ask Al-Abbas ibn Abi Talib to pray for rain for them. He used to say, "Oh Allah, we used to request our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to supplicate to you for rain, natawassalu ilayk, and you will bless us with rain. Now we ask the uncle of our Prophet to supplicate to you, natawassalu ilayk, to grant us rain." What they saying of Umar, inna kunna natawassalu ilayka بنبينا وإنا نتوسل إليك بأمي نبينا, means we used to go to our Prophet ﷺ and ask him to supplicate for us and draw nearer to Allah by means of his supplicating for us, and now what he has passed on the company of the highest angels, it is not now possible for him to supplicate for us. Then now we go to the uncle of our Prophet ﷺ, Al-Abbas, and ask him to supplicate for us. It does not mean that they used to supplicate saying, "Oh Allah, by the sake of your Prophet, grant us rain," and then after his they say, "Oh Allah, by the sake of our Abbas, grant us rain." Since this supplication is an innovation being having no proof or basis in the book or the Sunnah, and it was not done by a single one of the pious presidents, may Allah the Most High be pleased with them all, as will be discussed in more detail shortly, if Allah wills. Also from this is what Al-Hafid ibn Asakir rahimahullah ta'ala reports in his Tariq 18/151/1 with an authentic chain of narration from the noble Tabi'i Sulaim ibn Amir al-Khabairi that the sky would hail any rain. So Muawiyah ibn Abi Sufyan and the people of Damascus went out to pray for rain. So when Muawiyah sat upon the mimbar, he said, "Where is Yazid ibn al-Aswad al-Jurayshi?" So the people called him, and he came stepping between the people. Then Muawiyah commanded him, and he ascended the mimbar and sat at his feet. Then Muawiyah said, "Oh Allah, we are today asking the best and most noble amongst us to supplicate to you for us. Oh Allah, today we put Yazid ibn al-Aswad al-Jurayshi forward to supplicate to you for us. O Yazid, raise up your hands to Allah." So he raised up his hands, and the people raised up their hands. Then verily rain clouds like a large shield came quickly from the west, and the wind blew and it rained so profusely that people could hardly reach their houses. Ibn Asakir also reported an authentic chain of narration that Ad-Dahak ibn Qais went with the people to pray for rain, and he also said to Yazid ibn al-Aswad, "Stand up, he who reaps much." In a narration, so stand up, he who weeps much. In a narration, so he only supplicated 3 times before it rained, so it almost drowned them. So again, we have Muawiyah radiallahu anhu not doing tawassul by means of the Prophet ﷺ for the reason that he has persuaded. Rather, he used the supplication of the righteous man Yazid ibn Abi Aswad rahimahullah as a means of tawassul. So he asked him to supplicate to Allah the Most High that he should bless them with rain. Then Allah the Blessed and the Most High responded to his request, and the same thing occurred during the governorship of Ad-Dahak ibn Qais.